I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and I'm on day 8 with the Samsung Galaxy S4. Now, if you watched the last video, you know that I switched to the AT&T version, and there are some things that I'm finding out, not just about this version, but as I dive more into the Galaxy S4, I'm finding some little things that I love, some little things that I think are kind of weird, and some little things that continue to be frustrating. Join me, and I'll catch you up to speed on day 8 with this device. Starting out on day 8 of the Samsung Galaxy S4 challenge in the gallery, because I wanted to point this out. I actually like how it organizes individual albums. So I have this album called T-Rex. We have a T-Rex in the house, and so I find it funny to send pictures with a T-Rex in various positions, as you can see here. So obviously AirView working here, where I hold my finger over it and I can preview the pictures without, as me in the bathroom, the T-Rex was hanging out, I think as I was doing my hair or something. But the most recent picture is always displayed up here at the top, which I think is a pretty cool feature for the Galaxy S4, and it kind of brings that Note 2 look and feel of the gallery over onto their flagship non-tablet device, which I like a lot. Just a couple of other things I've found out in my time with the Galaxy S4. Take a look at this. I thought this was kind of interesting. So I've got a customized wallpaper right here on my home screen. This is a picture from Valencia, and I set it as my wallpaper. And notice how the black border appears up here with the AT&T network ID and all that stuff. And initially, didn't think it was weird, but then the more I thought about it, the more I realized the stock wallpapers on the Galaxy S4, and I've got one over here just to show you. Take a look at this one. The stock wallpapers cover the network ID area as well, whereas when you actually include pictures, it doesn't cover that up. I thought that was kind of interesting. So for example, this stock background that comes in the Galaxy S4 includes the top part here, so no black notification bar, whereas over here, the second you customize it, it does change it to black, which I thought was kind of interesting and kind of unique, and something that I found in my time. You know, these challenges are all about finding those random things like that and pointing those out to you. So you may not care, you may care. I thought it was kind of interesting all around. To recap, 2,600 milliamp hour battery. I've covered it extensively throughout the time with the device, and I'm going to keep talking about it during the 30-day challenge, because for me, for my personal device, I need a big battery. I travel a lot for work, and I'm at my desk most of the time where I can keep it charged, but when I'm on an airplane or at a trade show, it's very important to me to have good battery life. So I expected this to be less than the Note 2, obviously, but I wanted it to be better than the Galaxy S3, and it is so far. Pulled it off the charger this morning. Let me think. I showered, I put on a shirt, about 7:04 this morning, and it's at 80% right now. Now granted, I'm keeping the display on obviously to shoot this video, so you'll see the screen takes up about 39% of this. Voice calls take up about 22%. I was on a conference call this morning and used my phone instead of my desk phone, but still I find that to be pretty decent. 80%, it's at 12 o'clock, so dropping about 20%, or I should say 20 percentage points, 1/5 of the battery gone in about 5 hours. So that's 25 hours on a charge, which is not bad using that math, which is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I love that I have to actually think about that and say, is that the right math? Because I'll have to cut this video if it's not and redo that math. Actually, I wouldn't cut it. You guys know I have bad math skills, and you still love me anyway, so I'm going to assume that you still love me regardless. So you got the features which some describe as gimmicky. I've actually turned off a couple. I'm not using Smart Stay right now. I found that it kept trying to detect my eyes, and not that it was detecting or pulling away from battery life, but I've noticed a little bit of lag that I talked about in day 6, and I'm not seeing it as much now that some of these features are disabled. I mean, it's moving pretty quickly for the most part, but still I find lag, and I kind of find that to be unacceptable on a phone that's coming out in 2013. No real lag issues right now, as you can see, moving pretty quickly, but from time to time an application stutters or takes a while to load, and by turning off some of that stuff, I've gotten rid of it for the most part. So here I've got my recent applications, as you can see, and this has been switched to a couple of new icons. That one's a new icon, and then the text is gone as well. So Google Now, and then of course your Task Manager. So all around pretty impressed with the device. I continue to be impressed. I like the software value adds. I think they're pretty useful. The AirView, I use that on the Note 2 on a regular basis with the S Pen, so it's nice that I can use my finger now. I like the gallery improvements, and then of course I like the stuff that was on the Galaxy S3, S-Beam, and obviously on the Note 2 as well. S-Beam's very functional, and I like the fact that I can now turn those on and off from the bar up here, the shortcuts bar up at the top. So all in all, pretty impressed. Still going to monitor the lag, still going to monitor the battery life stuff, and I'll report back in later videos. I should point out as well, I'll be on vacation next week, so there won't be any updates to the challenge. Stay tuned the following week, and I'll tell you what I found, because I'm going to be using this phone on my vacation to take pictures with a 13 megapixel camera. I'll put that to the test with a bunch of the different action modes and burst mode, action mode, drama mode, all the different modes on the camera. And I actually had the flip cover on it last time, the S-View cover, and so you can see what the AT&T logo looks like on the back up close and personal, including my little scratch that I got when I shot day 6 video. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage. I'm on Twitter at phonedog_Aaron. Let me know what you want to see in the next challenge update video. Facebook, facebook.com/HiAaronBaker. Just shoot me a note and I'll do my best to cover it in a future video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend. And as always, I'll see you next time.